What's up, everybody? My name is Josh, and I'm addicted to trying to win cars on raffles and waffles online. Welcome to the new channel. It's called Cubicles to Cars. What it's going to be is documenting my transition from the corporate finance world into the automotive world. I just purchased a transmission shop in Coral Springs, Florida. I live in Fort Lauderdale, so it's about a half hour away. But what I want to do is show you the behind the scenes of what goes on of running a shop, managing employees, managing customers, managing the books, seeing what it truly takes to run a shop in today's day and age. I don't know why I purchased a shop in the middle of a pandemic. Actually, I do. You know, it's been a passion. It's been a long time coming. I've been looking for about 4 or 5 years. Finally found the right fit. Pinched the pennies and nickels and was able to come up with enough money to do it. But I want to show everything that goes on, start to finish, what it takes to actually run a successful business. I kind of have a huge automotive background. You know, grew up with my father's 65 vet. It's a 396 425. Since I can remember him having that, since I was able to walk around. He still has it and is doing a full restoration on it. My uncle owns a restoration shop in Connecticut. He does a lot of mainly C1 and C2 Corvettes, so Corvettes are in my blood. I've owned Mustangs, started off with an 89 Mustang GT convertible, sold it for a supercharged 92 GT hardtop, sold that for a 96 Mystic Cobra, transitioned over to the Corvette world. I first bought a 2010 Grand Sport, ended up selling that for a 2006 Z06, did the heads cam, did the supercharger, went crazy on it. I'm going to throw some links at some of the videos, old YouTube videos that car was on from many moons ago. But I got a new project that I'm starting that's going to follow along with this channel, and then I'm hoping to get some new ones going through as well. So we'll see what happens there. I was a mechanic in the military. I'm an Army vet, so that helps the process of, even though I wanted to do finance, I still wanted to mess with cars. In the middle of college's summers, I would go and work at an auto body shop and then take my finance courses. So I kind of went into finance for 10 to 15 years. Throughout that time, was always racing, was always, having at least some car that I was tinkering with. I just finished off having the 06 Z06. I had a 2015 Z06 as well. That was smashed and totaled about 3 years ago here in South Florida. So haven't had anything fast since. So this gives me a good time to really, put it through the shop, show you guys the progress of a full build, start to finish as well, and just show some cool content. We're gonna show my normal life here in Fort Lauderdale. I bring the dogs to the beach every Sunday. Really cool car shows with Lambos, Ferraris, Bentleys, everything you could think of, Bugattis. Keep posted, subscribe, like, comment, do everything you gotta do. Let's get this party started. I'm actually going to show you the shop that I just bought, give you a view of the outside, the inside. It's a little dated, but it's good because it gives me the opportunity to make it mine, bring it into the modern age, make it a nice running shop, which it should be. It's been around for over 30 years, which is key. That's one of the main reasons why I bought it. Awesome name, awesome brand, awesome reputation, but it needs to come into 2021. But follow along as we go here. Every week we'll start showing you some new clips, crazy stuff that breaks in the shop, some cool old cars that are coming through, and then your everyday mom and pop minivans that we do a ton of on a weekly basis. So follow along here and we'll keep you interested. All right, thanks, man. This is the official shop location, or the first shop location. It's actually called AAction Transmissions. It's here in Coral Springs, Florida. Phone number is here on the window. But I just purchased this shop. I purchased the business, the building, and everything that comes along with it, inventory, lifts. And it's been in business for over 30 years here. And that was the key of me buying that. I wanted something with the brand and reputation that I could build off of. It needs some TLC inside. It's still stuck in the 80s when it comes to interior designing. So I'm gonna make some big changes there that I'll show you on the video tour. But ultimately, we're mainly doing transmissions, rear ends, drivetrain, axles, anything underneath the vehicle we're kind of taking care of. And day by day, we're gonna start doing some videos to show you what goes on during the shop, not only with some cool builds, but with some random broken parts, what we get when we open up the transmissions, and how much work it actually is to go through and do these every day. So follow me on the tour. We're gonna check you inside and show you around. All right, welcome to our entranceway here. It's not the most inviting in the world with our paneling about 30 years old and stuck in 1980, like I was saying before. Our dying plant, I don't know what that's doing there. And of course our radio that actually still works, it's vintage. And all our awards over the years that are still dated in the 90s and 2000s. So we're gonna freshly take all this apart, take down this wall, do a nice countertop, and make it, more modern looking and even more comfortable for everyone coming in. As you can see, we only got 3 small seats, which really aren't enough for everyone to fit comfortably. Same thing back here, just some desks that were stuck in decades old times. More paneling with all stickers and phone numbers of everyone that we're in contact with. Everything will be put on a computer. It's 2021, they gotta change over from that. But this was run old school. I gotta take it into the modern age, which I'm doing slowly but surely. The nice thing is everything's here. We have contacts for every part that we need. TransStar's our big one when it comes to transmission parts. And everyone else locally that does machining, that does regular aftermarket parts for underneath the vehicle when we need to do those. But let me show you the craziness that goes on in the back here. Down this hallway leads to quote unquote the main office, but it is just an inventory overload. Output shaft, drums, planetary gears, valve bodies, and these things are going back from cars in the 60s. When you see all these shelves, you'll understand why. We had a hoarding situation, but somehow, some way, these things might be used in some of the builds that we do in the future. Well, this will kind of lead you into my office. That's going to be completely renovated as well. This has a nice pink paneling all the way through, and just a bunch load of more junk that needs to be cleared out and cleaned up over time. The nice thing is I'll have the internet, and here's the start of my corner office and desk that's getting cleaned up. I started clearing off all the stuff that was here before. My notes for these dry erase boards are up. So I'm starting to work my way through. Got to get the bathroom redone as well. In due time, everything will be taken care of. But let me show you the true part of the business, which is the lifts, the floor, and where all the magic happens behind the scenes. And just as we're going by, every kind of transmission part you can think of from every model, make, and year is here. I've been talking top to bottom all the way through. Old converters go here. We drain the oil, have a huge tank for the used oil. And then this is actually one of the building stations. So right now we actually have 3 builders, and all they do is strictly build the transmissions. Rip them apart, clean them up, order what parts we need to do, and throw them back together. So this one's nice, full case here. This is getting ready for a full rebuild. This is out of the Tauruses or the Expeditions that the Coral Springs Police Department uses, so we do a lot of their builds. This one's getting ready to go back together, but here it is all broken out, going through. And then here's our cleaning station, and next in line, transmission over there waiting for a tear down as well. The cool thing is we get a whole slew of different types of cars that come in. I believe this is 76 Vet on the bottom here. Lincoln Blackwood up top. This one has a crazy vibration that we've been trying to figure out. The transmission's blown on the Vet. He just picked it up like 5 or 6 months ago. Feel bad for him, but we're gonna take that out, fix it properly, and get it rocking and rolling. This Infinity here has the CVT transmissions, which are becoming more and more popular, but also going out more and more frequently. We're actually starting to take a class for my builders to get the knowledge on how to rip those apart, because there actually isn't parts availability if we were to take it apart right now to fix them. So we're slowly but surely creeping into that. We do a lot of rear main seals. That's what the Toyota up here is for. A lot of leaks in the rear main seals, but with that said, transmission's got to come out just to fit a $10 part in. Part of the process, get rid of that leak. So this one was good to go. Did a road test, came in. We check for leaks afterwards just to make sure everything is what it's supposed to be. And then behind that is another salvage yard's worth of full transmissions. So these are cases, primarily they're about 75 to 80% complete, but literally from the top shelf all the way down, left and right. And there's no tracking of what's in here. There's everything from manuals to automatics, new or old, everything in between. So it's good that I have it all, but I gotta learn what is what and see if it's actually usable in the near future, because it's just taking up a whole bunch of space. Mazda here, full transmission build. Honda Odyssey in for a full transmission build. 55, this is a cool car. Power Glide is shot, really torn up, especially once we opened up the internals there. So we're actually waiting on the parts, and that's the tough part with everything going on today. UPS, FedEx, USPS, not only waiting on the shipping, to find these old parts on these old cars is a little bit tougher if we don't have them somewhere in this crazy salvage yard of auto parts. So it's cool. So this one's actually been here a couple of weeks. We're trying to get it out as soon as possible, but waiting on literally two small parts there. And then we kind of get back into more kits for rebuilds all the way on the shelves, clutches, more clutches than you can think of. And then these are actually our fully rebuilt trans that we'll do quick swaps on. So if you come in and you have like a 4L80, 4L60, we usually have those ready to rock and roll just because we do so many of them. So that's usually a 1 to 2 day swap when those come in. And then we round out with the two other builders. So it's actually a father-son team. It's really cool and necessary for this industry because it's a dying breed of transmission builders if anyone knows about it. So Steve here has been here in over 30 years here, over 45 years of knowledge, has more books and collections on how to do stuff. If you take a quick scan here, here's actually that Power Glide that I was just speaking of, that again, waiting on some parts to finish it up, but it's just about done. It's the early model cast iron ones. And to the flip side is his son Jack, who actually just ended up rebuilding that Mazda car that's up on the lift. This is it. Those transmissions, there's actually not much to them. You got to get in there and change everything out, but it's a small unit and compared to the 4L80s and the bigger ones that I'm so used to. So he's been doing a lot of the smaller units, working through those. And here's his cleaning station, his building station. So it's a nice top to bottom shop. I actually have an outside sales rep, an inside sales rep, myself kind of bouncing in between the two of them, and then 2 more installers. So we got a full crew, about 9 people all together, doing what we need to do on a daily basis. I got a driver that picks up parts and drops off customers along the way too. So it's a lot on the payroll, a lot to take on with this first business for me, but it's a passion for me. I love cars. I've grown up around shops and auto body, been doing everything like that, like I said in my previous video of where I started and how I came into this industry, and now I'm just going full bore. So AAction Transmission here in Coral Springs will be #1. Setting up my goals to have 2, 3, 4 more shops over the next couple of years and just build upon that. But still, I'm just going to bounce between every single one of them because I'm hands-on and I like to do that stuff. So this concludes the tour here in the shop. What we're going to do is start showing you some day-to-day interactions of what we see, some crazy broken stuff of what's on the lifts every day, and then just some normal life stuff. I got 2 dogs that are going to be the mascots here. I got to do a full remodel on especially the front end office and my office as well to get those into modern times. And then following suit with that, we're going to start hitting some car shows actually next week. We'll start off on some of the car shows that just opened up. COVID is a little more clear here in Florida, so they're allowing that. But we want to show you the cool Lambos, Ferraris, and everything else that goes on down here. While we show you the back end dirty work, we want to show you the cool work that we see on a weekly basis as well. So be sure to check in and keep it going week to week. Thanks.